One of the most annoying comparisons people love to regurgitate is between Bitcoin and the internet. Some people claim when the internet first became available to ordinary people, it was equally dismissed. I just need to pause and have a moment of silence for reality. We are truly living in a bizarre timeline. We used to think giving everyone all the information in the world at their fingertips would make them more knowledgeable and have more informed opinions. But we know now it just makes people more ignorant. People can find whatever nonsense they want to believe confirmed by many sources, then go on their way believing they understood something they didn't. Let me be very clear about this point. Bitcoin is not like the early internet. It was not a widely held view anywhere on the planet that the internet didn't provide a better way to solve known problems. The internet was a Ponzi scheme. The internet was bad for the environment. Anyone who was alive at the time knows these things to be true. It was widely understood from day one. The internet was a breakthrough communications platform, moving information around the world with speed, efficiency, accuracy, reliability, and security has always been one of humanity's all-time greatest challenges, and the benefit of using the internet to solve one of humanity's all-time greatest challenges was obvious and non-trivial. Remember the term information superhighway? It isn't difficult to find people who didn't understand how it worked, or just how big it would become, or how best to apply it, or the impact it would have on society and culture. But everyone knew it was a one-way train coming at high speed. Believing otherwise is just nonsense revisionist history. In the early days, we didn't know everyone would have a PC on their desk, or a laptop in their bag, or a mobile phone in their pocket. We didn't know just how ubiquitous these things would become, and the use cases that much reach would enable. But make no mistake about this point, they only became so ubiquitous because, when paired with the internet, they created so much obvious value. They might have been out of reach for some in the early days, but that doesn't mean they weren't creating enough value to justify every penny at every stage of development. Remember, the internet is not just what makes most of your apps work: the web, e-commerce, instant messengers, email. The internet is routing packets of data from one endpoint to another through a network of intermediaries. What data you choose to put in those packets is up to your imagination. Some people will use the technology for useful things, and some won't. But nobody at any point dismissed the network itself as adding no value. We knew why we needed it. We knew who was paying for it. We knew who was benefiting from it. Of course, there were dot-com companies that were early. Of course, there was intense excitement and a stock market bubble. Of course, whenever you have that much capital flowing that quickly, due diligence suffers, and many scammers took advantage, causing wasted investment. But don't confuse parasites with the host. Don't confuse an effect with the cause. Many failed schemes throughout history also had intense excitement, but what caused them to fail is that they were standing on a foundation of quicksand. They were making promises with no ability to back them up. Failure is the mismatch of expectations and deliverables. If the claim by Bitcoiners is that expectations for the internet were low and the deliverables were spectacular, how exactly is that like Bitcoin, where the expectations are spectacular and the deliverables are low? The internet had incredible hype and excitement, but the technological and economic foundations were solid and known. Critically, we knew what problem we were solving first and built technology to purpose. The problem preceded the technology. Crypto also has incredible hype and excitement, but what obvious and non-trivial problem is it solving for us? Not just claims, but in practice. Critically, what problem is it solving for us that is best solved by crypto? How much better is it than what it's trying to replace? The fact that answering these questions rely on speculative predictions about the future is my point. Crypto is doing it backwards. It's a technology seeking a problem. I'm not arguing that blockchain in general isn't an interesting proof of concept technology. Some people may even find use cases for it. We can discuss the likelihood of that in a different video. My only point right now is that it's clearly not like the internet. It's a technology struggling to justify its very existence, not just how it should be best applied, but whether it's needed at all. The internet never had to struggle to justify its existence. We knew why we needed it. Many people might not have known how much we needed it. but we knew we needed it. Again, as I've mentioned a few times, I try not to be prescriptive about the future. We don't know what brilliant things people will do with crypto tomorrow, but other than finding more creative ways to gamble on more stupid things, which is not even remotely close to the value creation provided by the internet, crypto has done very little for us so far. That doesn't mean crypto disappears. Maybe it finds a fringe use case to cling to for the long term. Maybe a breakthrough happens tomorrow that changes the economics of decentralization. Who knows what amazing things people will discover? But don't insult the internet and make silly, false, discrediting claims while looking for it. Nobody should want innovations to fail. The world is better off when new things are better than old things, but the onus is on the creators of those new things to prove they can make our lives better. Not with words, promises, or insults, but with actions. And until they do, nobody should admire crypto entrepreneurs driving around in Lambos pretending to be Jeff Bezos. Create value first, collect wealth second. The real lesson people should draw from the scammers of the early internet era is that any scheme that tries to create wealth before value should always and immediately be suspect.